So this is going to just be kind of a rant video. If you don't want to listen to it or watch it, now would be the time to turn out. But this is just going to be me discussing some of the rules that you either see or hear about that just make no sense or is outdated. So I'll start with the basic one that you pretty much see anywhere anymore is the paper targets only. And I'm not talking about indoor ranges. Obviously you have to shoot paper targets there, but I'm talking outdoor ranges, especially the longer ones like at 200, 300 yards, etc. That a lot of these places still refuse to get on with the steel gongs or silhouette targets or anything like that. But they still insist on just using paper. You have to walk out, set them up, come back, and you do all that. And I was talking with one of the guys who's on the board that runs the range that I belong to, or one of the ranges, and he was saying that the reason they do it is because they're afraid of ricochets. And I'm just thinking, if they would spend a little money, get some quality steel targets out there, I mean, that's not going to be really any kind of issue. I mean, it's just going to be deflected down into the ground, but they don't want to. I mean, I think it's a shame too, because a lot of these ranges, the smaller ones, I'm not talking these like newer places or these places run by guys that do 3-gun and that you can do all kinds of exciting stuff. I'm talking these local like ones that have been at the pillar of the community for 100 years. They started out as a place for people to go zero their rifles. Those places, they don't want to adapt to how people want to shoot now. They're stuck in this real old thing, and paper targets is one of them. I guarantee this place has 6 lanes for the 100 and 200, and I guarantee if they would put 2 steel targets out at 200, they could increase the amount of people that come to shoot. I mean, I think people like shooting something that's a little more reactive than just, ooh, look, I shot a piece of paper, now I gotta look at my spotting scope and there's a hole. People want to get that reaction. All right, next little rule I've seen is the 1 round a second. Now, I understand this to some extent, especially indoor ranges. I know one of the indoor ranges that I was a member of, I'm not anymore, they had a 1 round a second. However, if I was alone, they really didn't care. I could blast off rapid fire or whatever. I mean, they weren't worried. But this is another thing I don't quite understand, especially in the outdoor places. I know they want to try to keep people from shooting targets up or shooting over the backdrop, but I think they have to also, that's another thing they have to adapt to. People are shooting more practically now versus, you have a lot of these guys that they'll shoot 1 and then they'll check and then they'll shoot another, and this is out of a pistol too. I'm not talking a rifle so much, because I guess I kind of understand that as well. However, it's all the same. I bet it'd be less of a problem with rifles. Rifles are heavier. I mean, you're really not going to get people shooting over backdrops or anything like that. But back to the point, I don't understand. I think this is kind of this one's especially is a holdover of very old school shooting where people would do that slow target fire kind of stuff, which is not as popular as it used to be. So I think they need to adapt to this. This one's a real common one you see too. Alright, the next one, magazine capacity. So this one I have seen a few times. The outdoor range I'm a member of, I'm from Ohio. I'm not really a member of any ranges here anymore. I generally will drive to Pennsylvania just because they have better ranges, more of them. Ohio is very hard to find them. But anyway, the place I'm a member of has a 10-round limit. Now, I've always abided by the 10-round limit. I thought it was just 10 rounds in any magazine. No, I've later found out that it is a 10-round maximum capacity magazine size. So I know people are breaking this rule, especially at their pistol ranges. This is an outdoor place. Everyone's shooting pistols, 9s, 40s, and double stack, so it's all 12 to 16 rounds, depending on caliber. So this one I don't understand. I think this is a bad thing to do. They want to limit how many rounds you can have loaded, fine, but telling people that they need to go out and spend $20, $30, $40 on a magazine and have to get a 10-round limited magazine for the same price as a full high cap is just ridiculous. This rule I think kills ranges. I know that the place I'm a member of in Pennsylvania, I can guarantee you that people who shoot either ARs or, you know, double stack pistols, things like that, and they do it fast firing, I guarantee you that they're probably either breaking the rule or simply are joining other places. Although this particular rule used to not be in effect. It used to just be 10 rounds. Now they have posted magazine capacity. So another old, outdated rule that just kills ranges. Now this next rule, I was talking to my buddy who I'm going to go visit probably later this year down in Florida, and he was looking for a range close to him. And he found one. He was reading the rules, and this rule just makes no fucking sense. This, no reloaded ammo. Now, I'm not talking no reloaded ammo out of the range guns. You know, the guns you run. I understand that. They don't want people potentially damaging their property. No. This is no reloaded ammo, period. If you have reloaded ammo on you, they check for it, they'll confiscate it, and they'll hold it till you're done shooting. I don't make any sense in why they have this. I don't understand it. I don't see how any range could say you can't use your ammo that you loaded in your own firearms. This is how a range doesn't stay open. I mean, it makes no sense. Like, I understand that they may not want steel, which that you can't really load steel. I've never personally seen it for sale. It's always either plated or full metal jacket or wad cutters, etc. So I don't understand the ammo type there, or the bullet type, I should say. So I don't see that's an issue. And as far as damaging or harming yourself, I mean, that's really more your own responsibility if the gun blows up or is damaged or you get some blowback, etc., or squib load. So I don't see how they're responsible for that. I just can't understand this. I mean, I've seen all kinds of like ammo type rules at ranges, you know, full metal jacket only, or no full metal jacket, no armor piercing, no tracer, etc., etc. But this one bugs me. This one just absolutely bugs me. I don't understand how any range can justify this rule and think they're going to get business. I just don't. So if you've seen, I'm sure there's more crazy rules out there, especially depending on where you are in the country. So if you've seen any, post them, talk about them, comment on it. Just let me know. This was just a rant video because I just feel kind of irked about all these different rules and more that really didn't want to get into. But just let me know.